JackO, very excited to be picked up by them. He was actually part of my previous team, Team Messi to Improve, when he got the offer, so we're sad to see him go because he's a strong player.
Alright, and in the bottom bottom left here at the 9 o'clock, we do have EchO.Hordeon, a very, very strong Zerg player, always in all of these tournaments wearing red colors. And I believe his strongest matchup is actually a ZVZ, but his ZVP is quite good as well. JackO opening up with the Nexus first. The hatch did go down right on time, unimpeded by JackO. So.
Wow, does Hordeon think it's cross only? Because he went straight cross map with his Overlord, and that's a little bit intriguing because now he's not going to have any information on JackO. He has no idea what he's doing, and JackO, obviously he's going to the Nexus first. He's actually following up with the Forge as well, so it's not like it's a gateway expand, but if it was Hordeon, he'd have no idea what was going on right now, and that could cause trouble.
It could. So far the game will be quite slow. Hordeon already changing the direction the Overlord is heading in.
Yeah. Just going to send it over to the natural, I guess. I mean, there's no real problem in terms of later scouting because his Overlord's going to be able to come from his main now to scout the main of JackO in time. And he's going to be able to have an Overlord in position at the natural as well, of course, to scout there. So overall, his scouting isn't really impeded too much past the early seeing exactly what JackO's doing, whether it's a Forge or Gateway expand.
Hordeon just taking map control with these lings, not really scouting all that. Actually, not scouting with these lings ever. He's just going to be using the Overlord for that a little bit. He's heading straight around the back of the natural to check on the gases. Meanwhile, JackO does know that the third base has gone down, so he knows this is a very, very standard play. Look at the energy on those queens, absolutely zero, not missing a single inject, right on time. The third base is getting closer and closer to completion, of course. Double gas for our Protoss buddy. Wondering what tech will go down right now.
Yeah, and I mean, JackO, he's just taking his gases now, which is actually fairly fast, and we'll see what he wants to do with them, whether he, in these positions, in fact, Mortal Sentry is actually really, really strong, because if you kind of ignore the right-hand side of the map, this is kind of a little bit like Ohana. You're pushing into chokes, which is always fantastic. There's not many places that the Zerg can come around unless they already have the units out on the map to kind of flank you. And so it's very possible we'll see that here, and JackO, if he hits off the force fields, it'll be very hard for Hordeon to hold, as right now he's just taking his standard kind of 6-10 gases, and he'll just be going for the ling speed, the lair, the roach one very soon as well. And yeah, we'll see what JackO is indeed going to do. He hasn't thrown down the robot facility, so he's actually going to forgate aggression.
Well, I'm a little bit. Oh, Hordeon did see that third gate go down with that Overlord.
Yeah.
JackO did not put that gateway far enough away. He has this probe hidden here, and yeah, I was just going to say that. Well, this is not going to be the all-in because
this is earlier I said JackO plays his PvZ a little bit out of style, like a little bit delayed, like. This is exactly it. 4-gate aggression was figured out long ago. Yeah. And as long as the Zerg doesn't forget to just make a roach drone at the standard time, it's so easy to hold off because you just get 7 roaches up and that pretty much shuts it down. Yeah, I mean, JackO's in trouble now.
Yeah, because Hordeon did just that. His roach drone went down at approximately the 7-minute mark, which is, that's the safest time without it being too early. You can get a roach worm because the +1 4 gates timing usually hits around 8 minutes, and that's when your roach worm finishes. So you are able to get 1 production round of roaches out. Here come the zealots.
I don't know what Hordeon's doing, man. He knows this is coming, and maybe for JackO just wouldn't do, but he hasn't made any units right now. He's used up all of his lava.
Oh my god!
And yeah, now he starts 4 roaches, but he's going to take some damage to this pretty quickly, and yeah, that was just a mistake from Hordeon altogether. There should be no reason at all for him to be losing this queen here, for him to be losing taking damage on this base.
And it does go down. The rest of the drones surround the Zods. Nice splitting of the forces there by JackO. How many drones have gone down so far? 5 drones. We are on 52 versus 66 in favor of the Zerg. Still a lot of drones for the Zerg. And these Zods will try to do as much as they can before the roaches start popping out and take care of them. But, you know, even losing that one queen.
Really? Yeah, I mean, the damage is done, you know, because if Hordeon had just made 4 roaches immediately, this gets shut down with 4 roaches, right?
Yeah.
Right now, he's got 14 roaches, 5 more on the way. That's 19 drones. Oh, sorry, well, 15. That's 15 drones he could have had, which he now doesn't. And JackO, he picked off a queen as well. He got 5 drone kills. So altogether, that was actually a successful enough attack now for JackO to now just justify going into Blink. He's starting up his +2. He's getting a robot facility. He's going to be able to get some more down. He's actually going to expand here, which is what I like to actually see from JackO now, because previously, I think a week or 2 ago, in this situation, JackO would have just gone for a 7 gauge +2 Blink all in. It wasn't working too well for him, and now he's going to just try and expand off of this, and I think that's a bad decision.
Yeah, and you know, all those roaches that Hordeon made at the start, I think he will try to make them worth their while. So he's just breaking down those rocks, because roaches do that very, very, very well. And maybe he will try to, you know, get a little bit aggressive with them, because they are really going to be useless in about 5 minutes to him once the Immortals start entering the field and later on Colossi. Blink is finished though for JackO, and he's he's not doing that good of a job chrono boosting his upgrades, but he's doing a decent job still, staying fairly low on the chrono boosts. Question is, you know, the 3rd base is finished for the Protoss, basically. The additional gates are finished, and I don't think these roaches will be able to do all that much.
Yeah, I don't think the roaches and things are going to be able to do anything at all now. It's just, like, JackO's just built up so many sentries. He's going to have a lot of force fields, and on this map, it's actually nice and easy to hold on, really, because, again, it's really easy to get between the natural, between the 3rd. That's what makes a map good for taking a 3rd base as a Protoss on. So yeah, JackO, he's got 2 Immortals as well, and he's getting a Warp Prism. He's actually investing into DTs, so these DTs have to do damage now, because JackO, instead of going for Colossi, he's investing in DTs. So if the DTs don't do damage, he's not actually going to have that strong an army against the army of Hordeon. He's not going to have any splash damage, for example, and against Infestors, at this point in the game, you kind of need that, so these DTs really need to kind of delay Hordeon a bit.
Yeah, and one thing I would like to point out is that look at the pathing of the Warp Prism, and look at the area that the Warp Prism is heading through. There is 0 overlords there, so Hordeon will have 0 advanced warning that this is coming, and the Hive has just now started. Oh my god! If he lands 4 DTs in there and makes a huge warping of Zods, he may very well take out that Hive, delay the Hive tech for another I don't know, 5 minutes maybe?
Yeah, I mean, that could be absolutely huge if he gets the Hive before it finishes. The Greater Spire will be take so long to come. The DTs are actually moving up the middle of the map, so it doesn't look like he's going to use DTs in the main. We now see some Spine Crawlers starting up for Hordeon. I think there's a Spore Crawler too there yet as well. Yes, there is. There's also an Overseer. Is there going to be enough to deny these Zealots? As JackO, he's going to start his harassment, and DTs are heading all over the map.
Yeah, they are. We have DTs in the natural. They have been taken out. Everything is heading into the main. Yeah, he's pulling back everything he has. Infestors, Roaches, Lynx. He's really scared that this Hive will go down. Beautiful position by the Stalkers in the Choke and the Zods as well between those buildings, minimizing the damage that the Zerg army can do defending. But ultimately, this is going to get repelled, and JackO will lose his Warp Prism as well.
JackO didn't do enough there. I mean, no. Really, he did a lot of damage at the 3rd. He killed a lot of workers. I think he would have been better to just try and kill the hatchery, though. He lost all of them DTs. He lost a lot of Zealots as well. And what did he delay? Absolutely nothing. His 6 Corruptors now coming up for Hordeon. Greater Spire on the way too, and JackO's got no kind of splash damage. He's got Stalker, 3 Immortals, and Sentries, and that's not the army you need to take down this army for the Zerg, especially when Broodlords start to come into it. So JackO, I actually think, is in a lot of trouble now. He's going to add on some Archons because of the DTs. But I'd be really surprised if he tried to take a 4th base here. I think he needs to just attack before Broodlords, because otherwise he's going to be in way too much trouble, and he is going to move out across the map now.
Yeah, he will try to hit a pre-Greater Spire timing here. He is on +3 attack, so you know that means these Stalkers, Immortals, and those Zealots will be killing stuff absurdly fast. The problem is he has nothing to take care of the Infestors because, you know, depending on the number of links, you blink in with the Stalkers to snipe some of the Infestors, you get mowed down by those claws instantly. And look at this, we have a huge counter-attack to the third that is not walled off. There are no cannons here, only 5 Stalkers and a Zealot defending this. A lot of damage will be done here by Hordeon.
Yeah, this third base is probably even going to go down. I think JackO thought about going back, but then he realized, no, I have to go right now. He's going to fight into these Spine Claws just before they finish, but only 2 will go down before they finish up. A lot of infested attempts coming down BelleNOiR, and Hordeon, he's in a fantastic position to just turn this away right now. The third base dies with JackO, and yeah, he's trying to clean up these lings right now.
And JackO, he could not really fight this force while all of those infested Terrans were still alive, but look at this, he's killing this army really, really, really fast. Do the Infestors have any energy at all? There is one full energy Infestor, one with half energy, and all the other ones have their energy pools depleted. We have a DT going after the Infestors. Oh my god, he could actually do this. If he snipes these Infestors, they're very, very vulnerable. There's nothing to protect them. He can actually get back into this, or at least do enough damage, but no, the Fungals come in, and ultimately these Stalkers will be killed.
JackO, if he maybe overcommitted just a little bit, he's walking in a lot of Stalkers. He needs to go again very, very soon, as 7 more Broodlords are on the way. There's no need for Corruptors, of course, because there's no Colossi here, so JackO, does he have the anti yet to take down the Broodlords? I don't think he does. He barely had enough to take down 5 before. Will he have enough to take down 9 now? I really don't think he will, and he might wait for another warp in the Stalkers, but time is limited, man, because his third base is dead. He's losing probes still to these lings, and yeah, he's losing
production. That's the most important part. I mean, yeah, he tries to re-expand there, but no dice.
And look at this, now the lings are here as well to support these Broodlords. Nice Fungals as well, blocking the Stalkers from getting far enough forward, and yeah, GG from JackO very, very quickly, and Hordeon takes game number 1 here, and as I said earlier, man, I think JackO's PvZ, he needs to get with the